could you please, like one by one, can you just tell? So I'll just call the names. Like I'm seeing Venkat. Venkat, could you please tell me about your total years of experience?
Hey, I just joined. Can I know your name, please?
Yeah, Venkat, this is Ram. Hi everyone who not know my name. So this is Ram. I'm the SCA supply chain instructor for Rainbow Training Institute.
Okay. Hey, hi Ram. This is Venkat. Actually, I'm having an experience in Oracle planning area, like Oracle Demantra ASCP.
Okay.
I have around 11 to 12 years of experience.
Okay.
So, and also I'm like good in Oracle EBS, SQL, PLSQL.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Venkat.
Thank you.
Fine. And I'm seeing Madan Pandey.
Yeah. Hi, Ram. This is Madan. Yeah, I joined from the Navi Mumbai. I worked for the ERP around 20 years. But
Okay, that's great.
yeah, from the last 4 years, I'm out of this track and again coming back to the fusion.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you completely work in supply chain planning?
Yeah, I work for supply chain also in a couple of assignments. Yeah.
Okay, have you worked on Oracle?
Yeah, Oracle ERP.
Okay, Oracle ERP. Okay.
Yeah.
So Oracle ERP and you want advanced supply chain. Okay, okay, fine. I'll come to that. So, okay, you have a supply chain management experience with 20 years. Okay, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing Balaji.
Hey, hi.
Hi, Balaji.
Hi, this is Balaji. I work for Oracle past some 6 years.
Okay.
I work for supply chain and last 2 years and all.
Okay, last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, and I'm seeing Harish. Harish, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Your voice is very low.
What about now? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Just give me a second. Your voice is very low over here. Like, can you please try to use the microphone or something? We are unable to hear you properly.
Yeah, I'm using microphone only.
Okay, okay. Okay, Balaji. Yeah, please tell me. Sorry, this is
Harish.
Harish. Yeah, Harish, please tell me.
So, am I audible now?
Yeah. I am able to hear a little bit. Yeah, please tell me.
Okay. I'm a Oracle VCP consultant. I have more than 7 years experience. I'm more into this planning and so I'm very good. I'm an expert in the Demantra side actually.
Okay.
I worked on in all the modules in Demantra. So now I'm in the knowledge on Oracle order management also. So this is my experience.
Okay, fine, Harish. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I am seeing Mona.
Yeah, hi. I have around 4 years of experience in supply chain. I'm working mostly on Demantra.
Okay.
I don't have much knowledge on ASCP. I've just started this, working on it or studying the concepts. Yeah, I'm looking forward for ASCP and planning central concepts.
Okay, Mona. Thank you so much. And I'm seeing Prasad. Prasad. Okay, and Surya.
Yeah, I'm having around 8 years of experience into the ACP and SCM area.
Okay.
Currently, I'm working with the ACP and as well as some of the fusion products as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, thank you, Prasad. And Surya?
Hey, Ram, just now I have spoke.
Okay. You are Surya only. Okay, fine. Okay. Thank you. And the only participant I am missing is Prasad. Prasad. Okay. Okay, I am not getting any response. Okay, fine. So we have 2, 4, 6, and 7. Okay, we have 7 participants now. Okay. Guys, thanks everyone for joining. So now let me share my screen. So let us first talk about the Fusion application. So then we will go into the agenda. What would be the course content, and first I would like to introduce you to the Oracle Fusion application. Then we will go into the supply chain management track. Then I will show you the course content for the supply chain planning, that is the planning central part. So I'm in understanding, like all of you people have joined to learn Oracle supply chain planning, or some of you have interested in learning first supply chain, Oracle Fusion supply chain, and then you want to learn the planning part. You can unmute yourself and speak to me whenever it is needed. So is there anyone who want to learn supply chain instead of planning? I just want to know, because when I see your experience, I'm just getting this doubt.
Hey Ravi, this is Venkat.
Yeah, please tell me.
I think it's better to have like basic idea about supply chain planning as well, like supply chain.
Okay, fine, sure, we can
Uh,
do that.
And Ram, my main interest is the supply chain planning central, and I want to give the certification exam. So just wanted to understand that will this help with the certification, or do you have any certification oriented material? So yeah, that is my concern and area of interest.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I got it. So, we will come to the certification. We can have 10 to 15 minutes of question and answer session. So I will answer all these questions. So as of now, let me just start with the briefing out on the supply chain planning. Okay. So I'm just sharing the screen. Hope you are able to see my screen. Are you people able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So basically, for Oracle Fusion supply chain, so maybe you might have already worked in a different products like Oracle EBIS. In that you might work in inventory management, product management, or in EBIS we don't have product management. We have inventory management, and then order management, procurement, and also even in the ASCP, advanced supply chain planning. So in these modules you might have worked, and also the other products like Demantra and Hyperion. So maybe you might also worked in this kind of planning product. So now let us see how Fusion. So out of this whole group, so do anyone have experience in Oracle Fusion supply chain, like even item management or inventory management in Fusion supply chain? Do anyone have experience? Okay, why I'm asking this question is the architecture which is followed in Fusion application is different from architecture which is followed in eBusiness Suite or any other planning application. So before we start the advanced supply chain planning, first you have to understand the architecture of Fusion application, so that whenever you work on the advanced supply chain planning, you would be able to grasp those concepts. Okay, so that is why I mainly asked. Okay, first I will just give you a basics on Oracle Fusion supply chain management, and then I'll take you to the ASCP part. So even if I want to take the ASCP, so the first 5 to 6 sessions we have to cover up on the supply chain basics, and then we will go to ASCP. So that would be the kind of training we will be having. Okay, so first let us see like why it is called as Fusion application. So maybe I am an understanding like most of the person who have joined does not have experience in Fusion. So first let me just explain you what is a Fusion application. So the term Fusion itself will give some idea. So Fusion is combination of multiple things. So the Oracle had purchased a lot of products from the market. So maybe in recent years you might have heard like Oracle had purchased PeopleSoft, Oracle had purchased Siebel, Oracle had purchased JD Edwards. So likewise you might have heard a lot of statements or news like this. It is mainly to develop this application called Oracle Fusion application. So the Fusion is not it is not just the next release of eBusiness Suite. So I understand many of you have already worked in eBusiness Suite. So now the latest release we have is the release 12. So and we call it as the R12 only. Normally rather calling it as eBus, we will call it as R12. okay, the Fusion application is not just the next release. Actually, the Fusion application is completely a newly architected product. Okay, and why it is called Fusion? Because all the best in class functionalities from multiple e-business, all the best in class functionalities from the multiple ERP products have been taken and put it together, and that's why it is called as the Fusion application. And that is the reason now in the cloud market, now this Oracle Fusion application is leading, we can say even rather more than SAP. So before Oracle introduced this cloud product, Oracle Fusion or Oracle Cloud, SAP is the leader. We can say they are in the top quadrant in the supply chain market. But now after Oracle had introduced this Oracle Fusion or Oracle Cloud, both terminology are same. Oracle Fusion and Oracle Cloud both are same. So after Oracle had introduced this, now the Oracle is little bit moving ahead SAP in terms of cloud. So in terms of on-premise system, still SAP is leading, but with respect to cloud, now Oracle Fusion is leading SAP. So that's the current market. And so here you can see the different modules. So maybe you might be already knowing like e-business suite is very good in finance. So now e-business suite finance is very good. It's a very stable product. A lot of customers are using. And next one is PeopleSoft. PeopleSoft is very good in HRMS. And Siebel is very good in CRM, customer relationship management. And JD Edwards is very good in procurement. So Oracle had purchased all this product and they have taken the best in class functionalities like Fusion Finance from EBS, HRMS from PeopleSoft, CRM from Siebel, and procurement from JD Edwards, and taken the best in class functionalities from all this ERP product, and they have put it together and they named it called Fusion application. Okay. So mainly that is the reason they have given this name as Fusion application. And one more thing, this is not just the next release. So for the Fusion application also, you separately have like releases, like from release one it started, and now it is in the release 13. So now the latest release is called release 13, and the supply chain planning module is very much stabilized in release 13. So a lot of missing features from e-business suite or any other supply chain product, like many features are missing in release 11 and release 12. So now almost 60 to 65% of the current functionalities available in existing e-business suite and other ASAP products have been introduced into Fusion application in release 13. So now release 13 is almost a stabilized product from Oracle Fusion, and now many clients have started implementing Oracle supply chain management. So till release 12, many clients were in a dilemma whether to go for Fusion application or whether to go for e-business suite for implementing supply chain. But since there is some negative comments from clients, Oracle had considered a lot of options, and they have introduced a lot of options into supply chain product in release 13. So from release 13, Oracle is it's very much we can say it's very much stabilized, and a lot of functionalities are also there, and now many clients are started using it. Okay, so with this particular Oracle Fusion application, anyone have any queries?
Nothing.
Okay, fine. Okay, so now so now this is called Fusion application, and next one is we will talk about the offerings, like what are all the different types of offerings available. So this is the different types of, these are all the three different types of offerings which is available. So one is called as the IaaS, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and then software as a service. Okay, so before we go into this particular IaaS, PaaS and SaaS, first let us talk about the on-premise. So I hope every one of you have already worked in on-premise system. So let's take for an on-premise system, how we have to implement it. For example, if an organization had decided to implement a ERP application, so first they have to make their environment ready. Environment in the sense, first they have to purchase some storage. It will be of TBs. It will be of maybe 100 TB or 500 TB of data they have to purchase. And to maintain that storage, they have to install the servers. So the servers could be the rack servers, or there are a lot of different types of servers are there. Then there is a separate infrastructure team will be there who will be working on that. What is the type of server which is needed that will suit the application which we are going to implement under the database which we are going to implement. So based on that, first they will just configure the server and they will just attach the storage and they will do the networking first. So this will be their first activity. And then after they perform this activity, then they will install the operating system on it. So the operating system can be Linux or Windows Server. So based on even the application can be installed on Linux or Windows Server. Two variants are there. So based on the security and based on the options the company needs, they will just install the appropriate operating system. And on the operating system, they will install the middleware. And on the middleware, they will install the database. And on the database, they will install the application. So in on-premise, everything need to be handled by the client. Client in the sense, maybe there might be different teams. The client might have infrastructure team, and then they will have a for maintaining this operating system, there will be separate team will be there. That is, they will call it as maybe the Windows support team or Windows support team or Linux support team will be there on the operating system side, and there will be a database administrator, DBAs will be there, database administrator team, and also finally there will be a functional consultants who will be taking care of application. That is the application support team. So basically 4 teams are needed, and each team will have almost in an average 5 to 10 candidates will be there. So to maintain this team itself is a very huge task for any company, and they have to spend a lot of money in maintaining this application. So that is one of the drawback, and we can call second drawback is, for example, you might have purchased some item from Big Billion Day on Flipkart, or even Amazon is doing some Big Billion Day kind of sale. So on a particular day, there will be millions of maybe 10 million or 100 million customer will be connecting to that website on a particular day alone. So to support all those customers, then the Amazon or Flipkart or any organization, they have to have lot of storage, lot of server to support them, and they should optimize the system to have a better operating system for the better performance. So all these things they need to take care. Just for 2 days sale in a year, maybe they will just give 1 or 2 days or maximum 3 days sale in a year. So those kind of advanced system will be idle for remaining 363 days. So totally we can consider, let's take an example. So remaining 363 days, the whole application will remain idle. Are you with me? Okay, if you like, you can interact with me, you can unmute yourself and talk whenever required. So in the on-premise system, that is one of the big problem. So whenever they implement something huge, they have to continuously use it, or else the system will be idle and it will be it will be a burden for the company to have that cost. So that is the main reason we got an offering called infrastructure as a service. So in the infrastructure as a service, what will happen? The company don't need to purchase any server, storage or networking. So they can just purchase this alone from the vendor. So there are a lot of vendors are there. Amazon is providing the cloud service, and then we have Oracle is providing the cloud service, Google is providing cloud service, Microsoft is providing cloud service. So these are all the cloud service provider, high cloud service provider, and they will provide a cloud service. It will be like a Google Drive. So they will just install some storage, and they will install server, and they will just install put all the networking, and they will just give a link, username and password, wherein we will be able to see a place like Google Drive. So in that Google Drive, maybe we can just go and install our operating system, we can install our database, and we can install our middleware and applications. So in this case, what is the benefit? So even when 10 million customer log in on a particular day, the servers and storage and networking will be supported by the cloud service provider, IaaS provider. So they will just increase the server for that particular day, and they will just reduce the server from the next day, because they will just use that server for some other customers or clients. So by doing this, the company do not need to put a lot of money to support 10 million customers for 1 or 2-3 days. So they can just pay the license fee for 2-3 days for 10 million customers. So remaining days it will be like 1 million customer or maybe 10,000 customer will be logging in. So based on the number of users login, so they will just pay for the this fee for the server storage and networking. So this is one of the best benefit they will get out of the IaaS. Okay. So any clarifications on this IaaS part? Okay, we are talking specifically on this because this is highly linked with our Oracle Fusion application, and as we are supply chain consultant, we have to advise our clients which offering they need to take, whether they have to go for a SaaS offering or PaaS offering or IaaS offering. So that is the reason we are in detail we have to understand this concepts. Okay, fine. So if you don't have any queries, you can mute yourself, and we are hearing some background speaking voices. Okay, fine. So now let me start with, okay, now let me start with the platform as a service. So in the platform as a service, still we are going one step ahead. So where the runtime, middleware and operating system also will be installed by the service provider, and only the client need to install the database and the application, and they have to start using it. They have to install the database and application and configure the application and start using it. So this is called as the PaaS service. Okay, and the final one is called as the software as a service. In software as a service, everything is done by the service provider. So they will from the storage, operating system, database and middleware and application, everything they will just install. Only activity the client need to do is they have to use the link, username and password. They have to configure the application. So configure in the sense we have to perform the setups, like we have to create the we have to create the enterprise structure, and we have to create all the inventory or sub inventories, and we can create items and we can start using it. Only we have to perform the configuration for the module which we are going to use, and we have to start the use the application. So this particular option is called as the software as a service. So you will call it as SaaS. Okay, but in the SaaS offering, it is very limited to customization. For example, if you want to add a custom component, for example, if you want to build a custom interface between in the SaaS offering, it is not possible. So if a client is telling like you will first gather the requirements, you will just brainstorm with the clients and you will just gather the requirement, and based on the requirements you can just do the fit gap analysis, and after you do the fit gap analysis you will just decide, okay, these are all the options which is available in cloud application, and these are all the options which is not available in cloud. So you can just list out all the options which is not available in cloud, and you have to check with your client stating that these are all the options which is not available, so we have to build some customization for it. Then the client will say whether it is very crucial for business. So they will tell, okay, these are not very crucial for business, we will go for the existing options. If this is the response from the client, you have to tell them you have to take a software as a service. This is cheap. But if the client is telling, okay, so these are some of the components are very crucial for us, you have to build the integration, or you have to build this customized part, so then in that case you have to advise your customer to go for platform as a service. So only in the PaaS offering you will be able to do some customization. You can create some integrations, you can build your own custom page, and you can just provide that for your customer. So if you want customization, you have to go for PaaS and IaaS. If you don't want customization, unlimited customization, because anyways the user will be able to develop reports using BI Publisher. Even in SaaS, they will be able to develop reports using BI Publisher, and for all the data conversion, you can use the FBDA, file-based data import, and for all the external interfaces, you can use the BI Publisher to fetch the information and put it into some other server. So those things you can do. All the inbound and outbound you can do, but only thing you cannot do is if you want to send some data through the middleware, then you cannot do it. Or if you want to create a custom page, that you cannot do it. So if these are not required, you can ask your customer to go for SaaS, and if they want some custom pages or custom integration through middleware, then you can ask them to go for PaaS. So this is the basics on the offerings which is available for cloud. So do anyone have any queries? Okay, fine. I take this as no, and I'm moving to the next part. So all three slides, all three next slides, what I passed, whichever we discussed till now, is provided in this thing. So now let us see the fusion architecture. So then you will get some idea on on what are all the modules available and what is the architecture which we need to check. So here you can see this is a three-tier architecture. Just a second. Okay, this is a three-tier architecture. So the basic level is database, and on the database we have the middleware, and on the middleware we have the fusion application. Basically, this is a three-tier architecture. And here you can see on the database, you can see two databases. One is application schemas and middleware schemas. So we have a separate schema available for the middleware. So we don't want to concentrate much on that because that is not, we don't want to, as an application consultant, we will not concentrate much into the database. But we have a lot of things we have to understand within the middleware. So what are all the components which is available within the middleware you have to understand. First, let us start with access. So if you want to access the application, so the middleware will control the user, like this user can access this particular inventory module and this user can access only supply chain planning. So how that is handled? So it is handled by the Oracle Identity Management, OIM. This is called Oracle Identity Management, which take care of whole security part. And if you want to integrate data between different cloud, for example, order management is a separate cloud and procurement is a separate cloud. Basically, all the supply chain is available in a different cloud and procurement is available in a different cloud. So when you do some manufacturing, we will be waiting for some item, and if you want to find when that item will be received or when that item will be shipped by the supplier, if you want to see that, there should be information flow between the procurement to the manufacturing part. So that travel of information or travel of data from one cloud to another cloud is handled by the Oracle Data Integrator, which is called the ODA. And okay, okay, further things we can see Oracle Business Intelligence Publisher will be there. Oracle BIP, you can see Oracle Business Intelligence. So this is responsible for the whole reporting purpose. So even we have some dashboard wherein you will be able to see information like if you go to the inventory management page, you can see the whole bunch of information like how many items are yet to be picked, how many items yet to be shipped, and how many items counting is in progress, and how many items yet to be received. So all those things which we can see in the dashboard. So the dashboard can be built using the Oracle Business Intelligence, and all the reports can be built using the Oracle Business Intelligence. Okay, this is available in the OBA, and okay, so these are the main components, and you can see Oracle SOA suite and BPM suite. So this is used for all the approval rules. Okay, these are all the components which is available, main components which are available in the middleware, and on the middleware you will be having the applications. Okay, you can see different applications like Oracle Fusion Supply Chain Management, Oracle Fusion Procurement, Human Capital Management, Financials, Projects, and Setup. So in Fusion application, Setup is a separate module. So all the setup you have to do it in a separate module called FSM, Functional Setup Manager. So that is the reason you can see the Oracle Fusion Setup is a separate module over here. That's a separate product. And all the supply chain management will have the different modules like order management, inventory, costing, product management. All these things will come under the supply chain management. Even the planning central is come under supply chain management. The procurement is a separate cloud. So in procurement, you will have like purchasing, self-service procurement, supplier portal, sourcing, supplier qualification. So these are all the modules which will come under the procurement. Okay, so likewise, these are all the application on a whole it is available. So now let us go to this application deck and we will see what are all the modules available and what we are going to target to learn as part of this particular training. So now you can see, okay, let me first go to this slide. So in the supply chain management, you can see what are the things which we can do. So it is a normal process. Like we'll start with the design, then we will receive the order, then we will do the planning. Okay, so this particular planning is the main agenda for this whole training. So, and this planning is done in Fusion application with using the module called Planning Central. There is a separate module called Planning Central, which will take care of the whole planning activity. This is centralized planning, and then based on the planning, you will just procure the material, then we will manufacture the item, then we will fulfill. Fulfillment is the order orchestration and fulfillment. So this is a separate module, and then we will just bill and cost the, like we will bill and we will perform the costing. Okay, so now this Planning Central is the main module which we are concentrating. But to work with the Planning Central, you should have some knowledge on this Oracle supply chain management. So you should understand how this item management and then inventory management and costing are working in Fusion application. So in eBusiness Suite, you might be creating item in the module called inventory management. But in Fusion application, you would be creating the item in the product management. So there is a separate module called product management. So in product management only, you will be creating the items. And we can say in inventory management, you will only transact the items. So inventory management is almost 90% same as in eBusiness Suite. There is very limited changes except the transfer of material. So in eBusiness Suite, if you want to transfer a material from one inventory org to another inventory org, then you will be using the IR ISO flow, like internal requisition, internal sales order, IR ISO flow. But that particular concept is completely removed in Fusion. So we will use inter-organization transfer. So likewise, there are here and there are some concept changes are there. First, you have to understand that. Okay, whenever we do the ACP, we will just cover such kind of thing. But basically, first you have to understand how to create an item and how to create a sales order, how to create a purchase order, and then how to progress them, and then how to fulfill the customer. So all those things initially you have to understand. So as part of this Planning Central training, first you will be given an overview on this modules, like for how to create an item, and then how to create a inventory organization, item organization, and how to create an item class, how to create an item, and then how to get some on hand, how to cost the item, and how to purchase that item. So for purchasing, we will use this Oracle Fusion procurement. So how to create a requisition and based how to create a purchase order, and once you create a purchase order, how to like receive that order, and how to increase the on hand, and then how to use the ASCP to allocate that item to some order, like that is we are just doing some pegging, or we are just allocating that on hand to the order, and how we are going to ship it, how we are going to fulfill it. And even when even in the order management, whenever customer places the order in the order management, immediately the order management window will show, okay, so this item can be shipped in 10 days, or this item can be shipped in 5 days. So that is also the activity of global order promising, which is also a part of Planning Central. So all these things we will be learning as part of the Planning Central. Okay, first we will see an introduction, and then we will go into the Planning Central module. So these are the things I want to explain. And before we go into the course content, what are all the topics which will be specifically included in this ASCP part will be discussed in few minutes. So before that, I would like to get some like a question. So till this point, does anyone get any questions? Let's have some 5 to 10 minutes of question and answer session. Then we will go into the course content. So now you can unmute yourself and you can just post your questions, please.
Okay. Hey Ram, this is Venkat.
Yeah, Venkat.
Where do you define bombs? It's part of
yeah,
product
that's a
master
good
data?
question. So here in Fusion application, we do not have a module called bills of material. So the bills of material module from EBIS is completely removed. So the bills of material module has two parts mainly. You can see one is BOM and one is routing. Are you with me?
Yeah.
And the BOM is taken to the Oracle product master data management. So when you create the item, within the item, you'll just create the BOM also, bill of materials.
Okay.
And you have the routing. So routing is taken into the work definitions. So that is the manufacturing module. It is called as the work definition in Fusion application. So in the work definition, we will have the routing. So there we will just mention, okay, this is operation 10 is assembling, operation 20 is testing, operation 30 packing. So all those things we will just create in the work definition. It is called work definition. And in the work execution, we will just use the bills of material from the item and the routing from the work definition, and we will just create the work execution. We will just create the work order and execute it.
Okay, all these as part of
Correct. So
planning.
initially, as part of the, before we move into the planning central concept, first we will see all these basics. First, we will just start with item organ inventory or configuration, not any other configuration, because a configuration alone, we will just take 20 hours of configuration for supply chain management. I'm talking about supply chain management. For procurement, order management, and inventory and item management, we will have 20 hours of configuration session alone. But that will not be part of this planning central training.
Okay.
Here we will just do the execution of all those flow, starting by creating in item org and inventory org. We'll just create some item, and once we create some item, we will just use that item to do some work order. And based on the work order, then we will just check the on hand. Then we'll just create some purchase order. Then we will just receive it. Then we will just use that purchase order to manufacture the item and how to ship that item using order management. How to ship that item. First, we will just see an end-to-end flow of this particular process. Then you will be good with using the Fusion application. Okay, so this is how in Fusion application it is happening. So first, we will demonstrate you the end-to-end process. And then we will go into the planning central configuration part. So as part of this training, you will see only the planning central configuration part. If any one of you is interested to see supply chain configuration part is also, then that is a separate training. So I'm the trainer who is providing the training also. So if anyone is interested, you can let us know, and you can just first learn that, or if parallelly you can just learn this and that. So you will be learning the configuration part of supply chain module also, and supply chain planning also.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Okay. Any other queries? Okay, so now let me take you through the course content, like what are all the topics which will be covered as part of this particular Oracle Planning Central course. So just give me a second. Let me just, okay. So here you are seeing the Planning Central course content. So basically, you can see first we will just give a Planning Central like a Planning Central cloud overview. So in the Planning Central cloud overview, like what are all the options available. So you can see you can just create some page layouts, and you can just create a summary layout. So when you log in into the Planning Central module, so you can just create some page layout. Okay, so this is how the page should display. It should display like what are all the average orders which are pending. So likewise, we can just create some page layout. So this will be covered, and also we can just create some tables and graphs. So the tables and graphs are mainly used to get an understanding of which item need to be shipped on particular day. Maybe let's consider it's called like buckets. So for each and every month, what is the forecast of a particular item which need to be shipped? So these things we can develop using tables. We can just create our custom tables, and we can just create our custom like the selection. So for this item and this particular organization, information only should displayed in this particular table. So likewise, we can create a number of table, and we can just display it. And also we can just display some graphs. So what is the like what are all the like most critical items which need to be purchased for this particular week. Likewise, we can just create some graph. So how to create this graphs we will see, and how to create the info tiles and tile sets. Info tiles and tile sets are nothing but it on any screen, cloud screen, you will be able to see the like tiles kind of thing. So what is the maximum number of item which need to be shipped today, or what is the list of item which need to be purchased today. Likewise, we can just create some info tiles. So all those things we will see initially, and then we will see about the planning security. What are the roles which is needed to assign to a particular person to do this planning security. And also we will check about the planning profile options which are available. But you can see, like when we compare it to the business suite, lot of profile options have been removed in Fusion application, and those are taken, like if you take an example, all the MO operating unit profile options. So all the MO profile options, multi-org structure, has been removed in Fusion application. So there is no MO profile options. Everything is taken care using the security. We call it as data access in Fusion application. So we will see all those things in the planning and security. And then we will go into the supply planning. So in supply planning, we will create a supply plan, and then how to, okay, so all the safety stock plans and how to evaluate the plan inputs. So how to load the supply information. So all those things we can just do using the supply planning. And then from the supply planning, we can see, for example, if the purchase order is there but that is not firm, we can just do some we can firm the purchase order, and we can just release that purchase order. So likewise, all those things we can just do using the supply plans. And after the supply plan, we will see how to collect the data. So the data collection, so this option is available in eBusiness Suite also. Here also we have the collection option. So how to bring the data from different modules into the Fusion application. Like the Fusion, I'm talking about the Fusion Planning Central, because Planning Central is separate cloud. So the item should come from the product management, inventory management, order management. All these things should come into the Planning Central. So how to bring all the data into Planning Central. So we will see how to run the collection. So in collection also, we have two types of collection: targeted, and then like one is targeted and another one is sorry, I forget the name. So we have that type of collection and two types
It's
of
a net
collection.
change.
Correct, yeah, net change. So the net change and targeted collection. So how to do that net change and targeted collection. So that we will be seeing over here. And then we will see the exceptions. Like exception in the sense, if you try to place an order, like if you try to like place an order to a supplier, but the supplier setup is not proper, or sometime the supplier network model so is not proper. So in that case, it will just throw an error stating that we cannot release this recommendation because of the so and so issue. So that every exception will be handled in the exceptions over here. And then we can see some simulations. For example, if you like, you can just put a demand of maybe you have to ship an item, maybe you have to ship 1,000 quantity by next month. So in that case, using that demand, you can just do some simulations. Okay, so if I want to ship 1,000 quantity next month, so how many items I need to place an order today? So you can just place an order today, or you can just see what would be the prices today. And in case if we just ship it, in case if we just place the order this month, what would be the final revenue we will get? And in case if we just ship it the following month, what will be the revenue we will get? Likewise, we can do some simulations. Okay, demand and supply changes and simulation. We can change the demand and we can change the supply, and we can do the simulation. Based on that, the business can take a decision. And then we will do the demand management. So in the demand management, we will see, like we will load the forecast. So we can just load the forecast using FBDA, file-based data import. You will be able to load the forecast into the system, and then we can, based on the forecast, we can just run the demand plan, and based on the demand plan, you can just like see the supply, how much supply is needed. All those things you can check in the supply management. So these are the concepts which we will see in the demand management. And finally, the supplier network model, and we will see two end-to-end process with respect to planning. And the two processes are drop shipment process and also the back-to-back process. So in both the process, we will highly use the planning central module. So in drop shipment process, basically once the order is placed, and then we will request the supplier to directly ship the product to the customer. So how we are directing an order into a drop shipment order? So these are based on the global order promising. So how to create a sourcing rule, and how that sourcing rule is going to advise the order promising system. Okay, you have to take the drop shipment rule. So all those things we will be learning in the supplier network model, and then how to create a drop shipment plan, and how to create a drop shipment sourcing, and also a drop shipment forecast. All these things you will see in the supplier network model thing. And then finally, we will see the back-to-back order processing and the configure to order processing. So this particular flow also we will see with highly involved in the planning central. So these are all the topics I have just explained on a very high level. So these are the topics which will be covered, and for each and every topic we will be practically see the concepts. And also we will not use the existing setup. We will do the setup. We will just create a separate inventory organization, and we will just use that inventory organization we'll create some new items, and for our new inventory or new item, new setup only, we will do the demonstration. We will not do the demonstration for all existing setup, because that is not good for learning purpose. So this will be the type of like demonstration for each and every session we will be having. So if you have any queries with respect to the topics which we covered, you can let me know. Any queries, anyone?
Ram, I have been studying this planning central through the books provided by the Oracle education.oracle.com, and
Okay.
they have the demand and supply, like the topics you explained. They like for example, a demand plan and a supply plan. There are different tabs, and what I get confused in, like each tab, what the meaning is. Like there are different options in the scope tab, and then the I don't remember the name of the
Okay.
tabs. Advanced tab. So,
Okay, so here we like tab in the sense when we log in into the application, you will just understand those things. Okay, let me take 2 minutes just to show you the application. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes. Let me just open the application. I'll just explain you the stuff. Okay, just a minute. I'm just opening the application. Okay, let me share the screen once again. Okay, hope you are seeing my screen. Are you able to see?
yes.
Okay, so this is the Oracle. This is the home page of Oracle Fusion application. So I'm not sure whether how many person out of the batch so who have already worked on this particular Fusion application. So this is the home page wherein when you log in, so you'll be logging in this particular page. So if I want to use the planning central, I want to use like a planning user right now, so that we will be able to see that. We'll be able to see the planning related module stuff. So let me just take a planning user and let me reset the password and log in. Okay, before that you can see, so this is the home page of this Oracle Cloud application, and here you can see the supply chain planning. Okay, within the supply chain planning you can just go to, maybe I'm just going to the plan inputs, but this is not the correct user. And whatever they are talking about the tabs, so this is called as the tabs. You can see like item is a tab, likewise the different tabs will be there. So that is they call it as like that. One is called as the supply tab and another one is called as the demand tab. So likewise they will just explain. So here you can see, so this is the plan input. So let me just take some other user to explain this. So just give me 2 minutes. So let me just reset the password and I'll just use it. So these are the list of user which is pre-configured in Oracle Fusion application. So I'm just using any one of the user to do the demonstration to you. Okay. Okay, so let me just use this user. fulfillment. I'm just checking for some supply chain user. But in our demonstration, whenever we do the real demonstration, we will just create our own users. We will just assign the appropriate responsibility, and then we will just do it. Okay. As of now, let me just check for an existing user, and then I'll just demonstrate to you. So I'm going to users. Let me just open this user and check what are all the what are the roles which is available, whether the needed roles are available or not. I'm just checking that. Let's see. Okay, let me just edit this user. I hope this user is like a fulfillment user. Okay, I don't see any other user as part of this particular planning part. Just give me a second. Okay, let me just use another user called ACM instructor, which will have access to all the modules. Okay, I got a ping. Yeah, right, Surya. We can use the Billy Salazar also. Okay, I'm logging into this planning user. So I'll just explain about the thing. So whatever you are seeing in the home page, so this is called as the springboard. So within the springboard, you will be able to see multiple modules like purchase requisition, supply planning, things are there. If you just click on supply planning, supply chain planning, you will be able to see supply planning, demand management, demand and supply planning, planning central are there. So if you just go to the supply planning, or I'm going to the demand planning, you will be able to see the info tiles. You will be able to see the info tiles, graphs. So first, let me just show on the explain about that. Then we can then you will just understand a little bit more. So here you can see immediately it land up in a different demand plan. It's called ultra laptop. Ultra laptop plan is there. So this ultra laptop plan, it is showing, you can see the shipment history. So this each and everything is called as a like a info tile. So this will give the information like the shipment history analysis. So what is the final shipment history, which is 127K, and also the shipment history 1 year ago is 75K. So this is just comparing the shipment history, and then like a new product forecast, how many new product forecast is there, and the sales versus shipment. So all those information will be there. And here you can see for the ultra laptop, you are seeing the different components. So out of this component, you can see some will be like in dark in color. So the final shipment history, you can see 11844 is there. Shipment history change is 0.684. So if it is more dark in color, then it means like there is a high demand is there for that particular item. So then in case if it is like very dark in color, then they will just concentrate on that particular item and they can just like drill to the appropriate option. We can just click on right click, and you can just drill to, and you can just go to forecast group and shipment and booking history by week. So if you just go to this particular screen, that will give you the tables actually. So this is called as the table, shipment and booking history by week. So this will give like what is the final shipment history and final booking history, and based on that the planners will be able to understand, okay, this particular product is needed, so and so a quantity of product is needed. So and based on that they will go to supply planning, and they will just see the supply, and they will just firm the purchase order, or they will just release a new purchase order to the supplier. So likewise, these are the things, basic things they can do with respect to the demand planning and also into the planning central. So for your question, like you will be seeing multiple tabs. So these are called as the multiple tabs, and these are called as the input tiles. And if you want to go to the appropriate tables, then you have to go to open, and here you can just click on this blue square, and you will be able to find the different table. You can see these are called as the table. Table is nothing but it will just give the list of information. We can just even we can just create our own table. So you can see analyze demand, or you can create our own graph or own tables as well. Okay, so now you can see the forecast casual details. Casual details. I'm just looking for some. Okay, you can see booking forecast method details. I'm just seeing for some. Okay, forecast variability. Okay, we have the demand analysis.
Hey Ram, this is Venkat.
Yeah, Venkat.
I need to rush to another meeting. So
Okay.
I have one question here before
Yes.
dropping. So are you going to cover that one, sales and operations planning? Because I don't see that one in contents, course contents.
Okay, sales and operations planning in the sense like, are you talking about?
Yeah, if you go up, can you please go up? There you can see the modules there, right? Just close this.
So here you are talking about, or I have to go out of this table?
Same page. Yeah, just cancel it and go up. Here, if you see on top, plan imports, demand management, and the sales and operations. Actually, I am looking mainly on these two modules.
Okay, demand management. Okay, demand management is covered. The sales and operations is not as of now. For the last batch which we had, we have not covered this particular part. But we can just go through this one also. But the thing is, in our project, we have not, as of now, we have not used it. But we can just explore on things, and I can just cover you the sales and operations part as well. But we will just cover the global order promising part. The global order promising part will cover only on the solutioning side for the fulfillment, but the sales and operations, like it is the high level like on the whole sales part. Okay, so we will check it. We will check it, and we will just add this particular part also to the agenda.
That's in course contents. We don't have any like basics like inventory setups, OM, QoS.
Yeah, that will be covered. That will be covered. So I have just shown only this particular course content. So this is the course content. I am showing another course content which will be used for Oracle supply chain training. So in which you can see we will do the whole enterprise structure, and then we will do basically 4 modules: product management, and then inventory management, and we are doing the procurement management, and finally the order management. So each and every setup needed for the whole module is done as part of the supply chain planning. But as part of the planning central, first we will just set up our instance. So in the instance, in the sense, we will create our own business unit, we will create our own item or inventory or our own items, and then we will start the setup which is required for planning central, and then we will do the flow. So when we do that, you will understand the basics of what are the setups which is required for planning central.
Okay, what's the total duration for this?
Like duration, it would be 40 hours. So totally it will be 40 hours. We will be covering in 30 sessions.
Okay.
One session will be 1.5 hours.
So
and
what
the
will be the timing?
Yeah, timing normally it will be morning. Morning it will be from 7 to 8:30 or 6:30 to 8. So we will just confirm on the timings. Okay, it will be normally, it will be in the morning only. So, and also the start date of this training program will be communicated to you shortly by Ravi. So we will, because we will have a few more demonstration, and then we will just couple all the students to be in a single batch. So it will be within a week. We will just confirm on the timings and dates.
It's only on weekdays.
It's only on weekdays. In case if we miss up some of the session in weekdays because of some holiday, or if I am not, I always I will be available. But in some situation, if I want to travel regarding my project, I might not be able to take one session or so. So that we will cover in the weekend. If everyone is okay, we will just set up a meeting over the weekend and we will cover it. But normally we will have sessions only in the weekdays.
Okay, I have a last question. So once we pay the fee, once we confirm,
yeah.
So can you please share the old video so that we can go through before the class?
Yeah,
Like
sure. Yeah, you will get it. You will get it. You will get the sessions of the old videos, and like after each and every session, so you will just maybe once in a week you will just get the videos of the new session also. We will immediately share the old video sessions.
Okay. Thank you. See you in a week.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Thank you all.
Ram, the pricing will you be sharing with us, or
Ravi will be confirming on the price of this training. So if you have anything with respect to SME subject matter, you can just let me know. Or if you have any other queries.
Certification related, Ram, I wanted to discuss.
Okay, certification. So we are as part of this training, we will not concentrate on the certification. We will do the end-to-end executions only. Okay, and also what are the configurations which is required, what are all the concepts which you need to understand, all those things will be covered as part of this particular training. With respect to certification, you can just reach out to Ravi. He will be helping you with respect to the certification. We have a separate team who will be working on certification and how to guide you to clear the certification. So there is a separate team is there, so they will be guiding you on the whole process.
Okay. And then one more thing on the planning central, will we be working on measures, and how do we define, create measures or edit measures?
Yes. Measures is that's the primary part. So we will be covering all those measures part also. So whenever we create the tables, graphs, we will just create the measures also.
Okay, sounds good. When you said timing, Ram, you meant IST, 7:30 IST, right?
Correct, 7:30 IST.
Okay, got it.
Morning, 7:30 IST AM.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Okay, fine. So any other queries, anyone? Okay, fine. So last call. If anyone have any queries, please let me know, or else we can wind up for today.
Sure, we will intimate you.
Yeah. Okay, thanks everyone, guys. So hopefully we'll meet soon again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ram. Yeah.